Hello, hello. Yes. Today's topic is how stock market is linked with financial goals, and so many of you may be wondering, right? So financial goals and how things are linked with stock market, and how you can. I'm going to link it. Most of the time, when I say about do you have financial goal with people come up with so many things like. Should I have financial goal because I don't have any money to invest, and why should I have financial goals right now at this moment when I don't have anything. Why should I have that? So this is the thing. So in these kind of scenarios, how you are going to manage your things. And when it comes to stock market, it's everything is long term, so you think long term. And I have been saying repeatedly in here as well as in my webinars, I've been telling that it should be long term, 3 to 5 years or beyond that. So in these kind of scenarios, how are you going to link both the financial goals as well as stock market together? This is what I'm going to teach you today. So people, you can ask me any questions, post in the comment section right now, or if you're getting some questions in between while watching the screen, just type in your questions, post it. I can answer your questions even if you're watching right now or even later, right? So let me share my screen, the mind node as usual. What is going to happen here? Okay, what are you seeing here is called mind node. Here I can explain financial goals linked with stock market, and this is exclusively prepared for this section. So let's hear why financial goals. If you have financial goals, just type in yes in the chat, in the comment section, so that I know you are someone who is with financial goals. So just type in yes in the comment section if you have been following this video in YouTube or if Facebook Live. If you're watching it right now, just type in yes in the comment section, so I know you are having financial goals. Everybody are having financial goals, but thing is, immediately the next question will hit you. Thank you, Kishore, for typing in. Yes, exactly. Everybody will have financial goal, but immediately there is a negative thing. Once you go deeper into the financial goal, like how much amount I should have, will I be able to? Thank you, Sachin, for typing in. You will immediately get a question like, currently I have so many problems with respect to money, with respect to the job, and so many things. The negative things will come in, and finally we will leave it off. But why you should have financial goals? That is the starting point, because from here you should be able to go to some place. That is where you have been thinking. But the point is, where we should be clear. Are we starting at zero? Are we starting at some point, like where we are in terms of financially? Am I having lots of money? Am I going to grow rich? Or what is your financial goal? That should be clear. And that is the reason. Without goal, just think of it, will be a boring life, right? You won't have anything to do, and you will feel like, why am I doing? The cash comes in, the cash goes out, and whenever you feel like, am I having enough money in my kitty, in my savings account, then only it will hit you, should I do something about having a financial goals? So without goals, it will be boring. And just think of, you are just going hitting on your bow and arrow. It's simple. Think of bow and arrow. If you're just leaving the arrow out of the bow, and if you're not having any aim, where will it go? And most of the time, what people used to do is, they just get up, they just go to office, they earn money, and they won't have the drive to earn more, and they won't have the drive to set up financial goals and explore things. First, forget about everything. Today, what I want you to do is, just write down what are your financial goals. Literally, that brings you to the topic, like, because at every life stage it changes. Till the time you complete your studies in colleges or somewhere, you will be left with only thought process of completing the studies. That's it, right? Schools, and then you need to get into some college, and then finally everybody will say, find the job, sit down, and then no one is there to guide. You need a mentor to say, you need someone to say, or you need to learn on your own. And thanks for joining in here. I'm just telling you what you need to do in each life stage, and it will be a surprise for everybody. And some people can handle it in a beautiful way, and most of the time people will get depressed, they will get in a rat race, and they will not have the drive. So each life stage, once you get out of college and getting into the career, you can spend some amount, but slowly you need to start saving. And when your family increases, meaning you are getting married, you are having kids, and that is the time your expenses will start increasing without even you noticing it down. How much ever you earn, either in business or whatever job you are in, the income might not be enough, and that is when all your savings will get down. And once you get into your 40s, due to peer pressure in the current scenario, you will be getting into buying a home. So all these are things which we are routinely doing just because looking at our neighbors, just because looking at your cousins and friends, whomsoever you know right from childhood, and they are following that, we are following that, just living a mechanical life. Forget about that. Each life stage, it's not the way to live. You need to form your own way. Like I was able to just quit. I quit. I started my own company, and it took me a lots of courage, lots of people, because my mom thanked me. My mom said, "Go do whatever you want," because one thing is, she said, "Okay, you go and do," because I convinced her that this is what I'm going to do, and the money is there, and she thought, okay, I will survive, because she believed in me. That is what all moms are all about, right? So you should tell your mom whatever your financial goals, so that she believes you, and she'll say okay. And what can be the financial goal? As I said, these are routine things. Don't just get bogged down. The way what you need to do is find ways to manage your finances at any point of time. One thing what is going to save you is savings wisely. Today I was having a chat with Sachin, one of our one of our member. So he was saying, for the first time he started saving in his life, and that gave a lots of confidence in him, that I can do much more better, in a better organized way. So that is the kind of thing you need. So what you need is exactly savings first. Once you start saving, all these are routine things. Your marriage, probably if you're before 30s, you maybe that is a one financial goal you might have, and then your kids education, and then kids marriage. These are all long term goals. Whatever you see is long term goals, the timeline. And most of the time what we do is, either we look at making money in the short term, and we lose focus, and we believe in passive income generation, we lose money in stock market, we want to, people will come up and say that this is one easy way to generate money, do this multi-level marketing business, and we just get into it, and we lose focus, and we feel that it's not a good thing to do. And exactly, that is not a good thing, because it's not your cup of tea. And instead of doing what you started doing so many things. Stock market which you are not learned, which you are burnt your fingers, and MLM activity which you are which you are not able to follow, because it's not your cup of tea, and you can't do apart from your whatever you're doing in your life routine, right? So you will again lose focus, and in all the ways you will try to find money, that is making money. That is not needed. Once you able to save a lot, not a lot, whatever your income, don't think that I should earn a lot to save a lot. The point here is, whenever your income is increasing, your expense will start increasing. This will never be same. Your income will never be high. Just think of, if you have been working and earning money for the last 10 years or 5 years, just think of what your first year salary is. And now in this 10th year or 5th year or 15th year, what is your salary or income is, and are you happy with your income? Most of the time, most of the people whomsoever I asked, they say that they're not happy, and they need much more bigger income, because the expenses are increased. But the point is, you're not focused on how to increase your savings, because you're not having any goals. Just because your peers are buying a car, you bought a car. Just because your peers had invested in some real estate piece of land far away from the city, you had done that, you had bought that, and thinking it will grow. And just because someone had said that invest in this kind of business, you invested in that. But thing is, nothing is in your control. All your financial things will come under your control only when you start focusing on what are your financial goals. Just think of, every month, if you're able to save 10% minimum, what I'm saying is very minimal, 5 to 10% of your income. Slowly, if your income is increasing, just think of that 10% itself will start to go increase. And ideally you should save 30%. That is probably a rule what people used to say. 50% for your family expenses, remaining 20% for any emergency expenses which might happen in that month, and remaining 30% you should save. 30% is the goal you can have for your life, for all your financial goals. and then work on your financial goals. These are just broad categories I can give you, and most of these financial goals, apart from your marriage, which is the first one, if you see, the kids education, the kids marriage, retirement, starting a business, all these can be minimum 3 to 5 years goals. And for starting a business you may require even a smaller amount, even 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, even a lakh. And for certain business like financial services industry, all you need is knowledge and grow yourself. For that you need to spend ideally 2 to 3 lakhs is what is needed for growing one business to start and grow. So if your passion is to start a business, or if you're already in business, you need to invest, and you should have separate income for family purpose. What we got here is that what can be the financial goals. It can be anything. For example, you want to travel across the world. Forget about corona right now, right? So once corona goes off, once everything becomes normal, you want to travel to Spain, you want to travel to Australia, beautiful city. I was just there last year, 6 months before. I was traveling across Sydney and Melbourne. It's a wonderful place. I just want to be there again, enjoying the weather and the beautiful city. So if you want to explore cities, that is where you learn a lot of things, nature and everything. So if you are somewhat passionate about traveling, you should have certain policy goals, like I should save minimum 5% or 3% of my entire savings. Just think of, say your total saving is 30% of your salary, 30% of your income. Allocate 5% for this goal, because it's going to teach you lots of lessons for your life. It will explore, it will give you new ideas, maybe for your business, for your career, for your life. And your kids will start thinking in a very big different way. All the school studies, more than that, this traveling, this creates a lot of knowledge for them. So try this is just one example, vacation, because I started going on a vacation once in a year, at least some city. Previous to that, I went to Bangkok, attending a global convention, and then going around Phuket and Bangkok. So previous that, I just started traveling all these places. So it will give you lots of new energy to go for plan for next thing, next places. Next, I just want to explore Cambodia and Vietnam. I don't know when I can go, looking at the current situation, but the next place is that. So what is your financial goals? You can put it in the comment section. So first of all, you need to write it down. Whatever your financial goals, write it down, because I have a separate book, small book. I started writing what are the small financial goals I want to achieve in the next 1 month, 3 months, in this year, along with big financial goals, like financially what is my goal, and family wise what I want to accomplish, relationship wise, and in each domain of your life. In career, how much progress you want, in revenue wise how much progress you want, everything, literally everything. You can write it down in a separate book. Start monitoring that, start thinking that whatever you're writing it down, it will come into picture. You need to visualize all these things are true. And because you will start taking action, say for example you want to go for a vacation but you didn't save anything, you don't have money, and next year what you will do is I can't go because I don't have money, and this is not for me, and this goal things are not working for me. But once you start writing it down, the next step should be you will automatically start taking action. That is the reason most of the time what I used to do is write down the financial goals, start looking at on a daily basis, either in the morning or do both the times, morning as well as before going to sleep. Just think, read about that goal, whatever you write it down, and then start believing that it's going to happen. And it works. It started working for me. That is the reason I'm saying. And apart from that, you will start taking action. Say you're someone who are not saving anything, you will start saving. And that is what some of the clients are told, that I started saving just because you told me to start saving. I write it down, I post it in on top of my mirror where I used to comb my hair. So that is what will happen. And how to plan with stock market. And if you have any questions as and when you come along, just post it in the comment section, because in the next couple of minutes I'll be finishing off this thing and I can start answering your questions. So just start start posting your questions if anything comes to your mind with respect to financial goals, or short while I will start about stock market. How to plan with stock market. Again, all these are long-term goals. If you see the things, whatever I mentioned, the kids education, the marriage, the retirement thing, starting a business, anyway it will be between 15 years down the lane. All the top 3 goals. Retirement anyway should be around 15, 20, or even more than that. The earlier you start, the better it is to accumulate corpus. Just think of your retirement. You may think that being a 30, 60 is far away, but you need to understand there is no pension for you, and you are going to spend 1/3 of your life with money whatever you're accumulating in 1/3 of your career. First 20-25 years you are learning, you are exploring things, your money income will be very much smaller. Right from 30 till 55 or 60, the next 25-30 years you are going to earn a lot, and whatever you're saving this in this earning and saving and investing, it's going to help from 60 to 90 or 80, because the average age of living is 75 as per the latest data. Just think of what will happen if you're not saving, and from 60 you will be forced to work, because India is not developed country, but because in US you can get support from government, but in India it will take a lots of time for that kind of things to happen, and either you need to work along till you die, or think about starting something to save right now and taking care of yourself and start saving right now. So that is what you can do. So all these are long term goals. Just think of beyond 3 to 5 years. So this is ideal for investing in stock market. And why I am saying is that the examples whatever I mentioned here, just think of the Avanti Feeds, Alkyl Amines, the Bajaj Finance. Avanti Feeds is in the shrimp feed industry. I used to give this example to so many people. And Bajaj Finance, everybody knows, most of us are using the Bajaj Finance cards. We are using our service, and they started exploding. The growth started exploding in Bajaj Finance in the last 1 decade, and they had been the biggest growth stock. And why I had mentioned in that 1 in 10, do you know what is these are, if you had invested 2 lakhs in that, it would have gone up to minimum 1 crore in 10 years. Avanti Feeds had given close to 5.6 crores. 2 lakhs of investment in 2010 would have been worth close to 5 crores, more than 5 crores right now. It's hard to believe, but the fact is I have been investing in between 4 to 5 years. My investment was just 13,000. That itself came around 15 lakhs of money. I regret for not investing a lot of money, because that is my learning stage. I learned I should stay longer after investing in that. After investing that, the company gave a split, that company gave a bonus. My 100 shares become 1,500 shares. Just think of, you have been investing 2 lakhs in that stock and staying invested, how it would have gone. And Bajaj Finance, they had given a bonus, I think in the last 1 year or 6 months, and the stock has been trading higher, and it has been going higher. If you look at the graph of Bajaj Finance, it has been growing exponentially. And this news came in Money Control yesterday. You can go and check out this news. It's just came in yesterday evening. And Alkyl Amines, it's a specialty chemicals industry, and that is one thing. The profitability of that industry is huge. That is the reason if you stay invested for a long time, and you can make lots of money. 1 crore in 10 years. 1 in 10, what is that? 1 crore in 10 years. Is it possible in any other investment? What you need to do is understanding stock market, understanding your financial goals. Say how much you need for retirement. You may think that my life is this. I'm just leading a very small life. I can manage my finance just with 50,000. Probably 50,000 for now, right now. Look at your age. If you're every 8 to 9 years, your expense is going to double. That is based on inflation in India, 8%. That is going to double. So are you planning how much money you need? Because the rest of the 25-30 years, you may not, if you're not earning, you need to manage with whatever you're having right now. So in these kind of scenarios, what is one product or one asset, or this is a financial asset, that is why I'm meaning asset. This is one avenue where you can increase your net worth, where you can help you in managing your finance. And you can also plan generate dividends out of the stocks, so that you're not worried about whether the stock is going up or down, because dividend stocks are something like consistently they will provide. There are certain companies like Coal India, PFC, REC, Indian Oil, and ONGC. All these are companies which is trading at very low value, and the dividends whatever they are earning right now, if you look at 8 to 9% on a year, while the fixed deposit returns are 5%, which is lesser than inflation. If you put your 1 lakh on fixed deposit, next year it's going to be 1.05 lakhs, whereas the inflation eats up. Inflation itself is 7,000. So your investment, inflation is 7 to 8% right now on an average. Don't look at headline inflation, whatever government is projecting. Apart from that, there is mobile bills, rentals, all these things adds extra, which government cannot think of and add. So on an average 8 to 10% is the inflation you need to calculate. In that sense, if you are putting your money in FD for a long period, say 5 years, you are losing your value, you are losing your corpus. So instead, understand the stock market, And what I understand is that I've been asking regular questions with the people in my webinar. Why do you want to invest in a stock market after giving the enough knowledge, understanding about the lack of reason is the number one reason for people not investing. If I had given enough knowledge, this is simply like investing in a business. I will just give you a business cycle and say that this is how you should invest in stock market, and then their excitement level goes up. They say that they want to invest in stock market because they understand how it works. So my gift to people who has not attended my webinar is that you can just click the Zoom link, you can attend my webinar. I will post it in the comment section so that you can attend the webinar and take value. I'll be dissecting and saying about EIC analysis, economy, industry and the company, so that you are going step by step process. Economy, industry and company, so you get a lot of value about how to invest in stock market. So just think of what you can do. If it is a long term goal, put your money in stock market, understand, or else just stay away. Use mutual fund. I'm not saying this is the only avenue. Mutual fund is there if you're a long term investor. Again, looking at I don't have time, or I don't have time to understand stock market. But if you are someone who wants to earn lots of money, want financial freedom, much more than any other avenue, including mutual funds, stock market is one place. Learn, understand, and then invest, and then reap the benefits. Right? So this is all about having a financial goals. Why you should have, let it be anything, yearly miscellaneous goals, or for your long-term goals. Bring anything, any goals in the next 3 months, a month or 6 months. Invest accordingly. Don't invest everything in stock market. I'm just putting a caution, right? People will ask, you only told to invest. All the long-term goals put in stock market. Remaining things, use short-term goals. For emergency fund, last week I shared about where you should invest. Put it in ultra short-term or liquid fund. So similarly, for all the goals, if it is between 3 years, you can use banking and PSU debt fund, or there are corporate fixed deposits where you can use. So all these are things which will help in managing your finance wisely. So that's it from me, like what is financial goals and what it can do. So if you have any questions, just post down in the comment section so that I can answer your queries. We can start looking at, if you have any questions, just post it in the comment section. I can answer. For the people who are live, they can start looking at, I can answer. Is it clear? If it is clear, just type in the comment section like how to set your financial goals. And so many people say that you need financial goals. You have typed in yes. Just start typing your financial goals. Start writing your financial goals once you get out of this video. Once the video is done, do that, because today is Saturday, and sit along with your life partner if you're married, or just sit with your mom and dad and write what might be your financial goals. So this should be one exercise I want you to do over this weekend. Just share what you got done out of this after understanding and doing this. What you got it out of listening to this video. Thank you so much, Tushar, for replying. If you have any questions, like you can ask me right now. I can wait. The session is done. My part is done. If you have any questions with respect to what you want to ask, you can post your questions right now. Is it a sad Pavan Singhania? He has given a sad reaction. I don't know what is that reaction. Or very angry. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can you can post your questions in this section. Thank you so much, Kishore, for watching and commenting. Thank you, Tushar, for being there. And if there is no questions on this part, I'll close down this close down this Facebook live. I'll reach out to you again next week, and in between, if you have any questions, you can clear so far. Sachin Akul, thank you so much. Thanks and regards. Yes. So just set up your financial goals. Next week I will come up with about investment products, something big. You need bigger clarity, and because we do lots of things thinking something different, and what is happening right now is totally different. So I'll come up with an interesting topic next week. It's going to be much deeper, and probably you can come up with questions. Whatever you did in your financial thing till now, your investments till now, you can come up, because today we discuss about financial goals. Is your financial goals aligned with your, should you have short-term financial goals too? Yes, absolutely. Anything can be a financial goal. As I said, for example, for the next 3 months, how are you managing? It's an emergency fund is a goal. and having 6 months amount is a goal, and reminding for example and any short-term goal, like for example the next 6 months, if you have if you want to close down your EMI, that can be a home loan EMI, it can be a goal. Any If you want to pay for your kids, for say your kid is going now, right now schools are getting open all across, so that can be a goal, yearly financial requirement. And any miscellaneous for Diwali, certain people will have lots of celebrations and they need to spend a lot of amount, so that can be one of the goal. So all these are, anything can be a financial goal if you find any amount, even if it is as small as miscellaneous amount as 50,000, or if you're someone who used to purchase things during the Danyantra, that can be a goal, because you want to invest in gold during that time. You can buy sovereign gold bonds during that time, so that you can save your amount in a proper way. So all these things, anything can be a goal if you find that you are making an invest, you are linking it, and the stress is not going to be there in your mind, right? So if letting it away, because if you're not having all these financial goals, what will happen is that you will earn a lot of things, you will go away a lot of things. Some didn't start watching your course despite purchasing, now started watching, kindly treat me as fresher. Tari, don't worry, you can start learning at any point of time. It's lifetime. Generally, I wish you can complete the course, so that you are staying in touch. You're completing, because don't let this course also, I think you are mentioning about your money blueprint, complete that, because I was having a conversation today and the person was done, completed, he has given lots of value, he felt there is a lots of value, and that is what will happen. Just complete that and then come back to me. I can help you in the next step of process, what can be done. And Pawan Singhania, that is why the reason the stock market mindset blueprint, once you understand about stock market, you can invest on your own. The stocks what I have mentioned is still a very good stock, but when do you want to purchase and how do you want to purchase, all that needs is you need to understand. As I said, this is not a stock market tip providing group, and what I am teaching you is how to find the stocks in my course, as well as sharing knowledge about money, creating wealth in all those matters. So learn about how to invest, how to find a good quality stock in my Zoom webinar. You can log into my Zoom webinar, so that you can understand how to find the quality stocks by yourself. These two, the companies whatever I mentioned today still holds good. You can invest in that. Different types of financial goals. I think you joined in late. The different types of financial goals can be okay, I'll just give a different perspective now, as you are asking right now. One is looking at, is your goal right now within 2 years. Say for example, you want to quit your company and start a business. This can happen. You want to do this within 2 years, or you want to change your change your job. This can be your financial goal related to career, and anything related to money, what you want to achieve within 6 months or 1 year or 3 year. This can be one financial goal. And say for example, certain things are happening between 3 to 5 years. If if anything is happening between this timeline, that can be a midterm financial goal. You need to make sure your capital is protected, because anytime you can go and take that amount, you can utilize that amount for satisfying. And say for example, every year there is a Diwali celebration and people used to buy new products, and a certain person will spend lots of money during that time. Say you have 12 months to save, and that can be a goal, and it doesn't need to generate lots of returns, but it needs to save. So capital protection is needed. Say you can put that money in ultra short term fund, so that way it can help. So all these are things. Your financial goal can be major financial goals for people in India. Generally, kids education. The first thing is kids education. The next is their marriage if they want, and that too, especially if you're a girl child, you will focus on kids marriage, what I will do. And the third thing can be your own retirement. You need to start focusing. So all these are major financial goals, I will say. And reminding, if you're taken a home loan, you want to close it within 10 years, that can be, you can add that up. And your miscellaneous expenses, your kids education till they complete the 12th standard, that can be yearly miscellaneous expenses. And if you want to travel once in a year, that can be another financial goal. So anything related to money, you bring it down as a financial goal. In that way, it will bring lots of clarity to you, and hopefully that can you can make sure you are achieving it. That is the reason I say just go and write down your financial goal. That will help you in a very better way, right? So if you have any other questions, let me know so I can answer your questions in this live, so that I can answer your questions live. And Pawan Singhania is still angry. I think he's not. He's putting all angry symbols. So do you have any questions to ask right now? Anything apart from that? I can answer your questions, or we can. I'll just post. I'm just taking that. Any other questions you want to ask right now? I'm just waiting for anybody to ask, or we can just leave the webinar. We are done. Okay, I'm just posting my Zoom link for which is happening on Monday. So you can register yourself. So if you are someone who has not attended, you can. What does this mean? What is that? What does this mean? Kishore, what was your questions? Live BSc. Okay, you are asking what does that mean? Okay, if you're taking a last data, BSc is Bombay Stock Exchange, which is like 33,780, and that is the Sensex points based on all the stocks which is listed right now. And on that particular day, today is Saturday, so till yesterday, all the stock weightages put together, Sensex had increased by 242 points. And NSE is totally different. It's 50 stocks put together, we call as National Stock Exchange Index, and that has increased by 70.90. You can either follow BSE or NSE. Both are same. Most of the companies, 99% of the companies will be listed both in BSE as well as in NSE. So you don't need to worry where I should purchase. And once you log into your DMAT, both will be available, both BSE and NSE. Anywhere you can purchase, anywhere you can sell. There is no restriction. If you can buy in BSE, sell it in NSE, buy in NSE, sell it in BSE. No worries. All are same. And with related to this, more informations I had provided in Foundation of Stock Market course. In that I had explained about the stock exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange, National Nifty, or NSE, National Stock Exchange. Both the things I had explained about what is it in detail. So probably you can log into that Foundation of Stock Market course and get an idea of what is it. Hope I answered your queries. Do you have any other queries? I'm just going to close down the live so that you can go and have your dinner. Will it be a repeat webinar? Today is a question and answer session. It's ask me anything. It's totally for the people here. I'm planning to do week on week. Last week it was about emergency fund and how you can arrange your emergency fund by yourself. You can go and watch last Saturday's live, and today it's all about financial goals and linking it with stock market. It's something whatever related to money, increasing wealth. I'm just giving on a weekly basis. So I'll be posting what will be the topic, and you can prepare your questions. You can ask me during the live, or you can post your questions in the comments already, so that I can answer your queries while doing the live itself, so that it becomes easy for you to understand. You can fully focus on, you can be prepared for the questions. I'll be prepared for my answers so that I can answer in a better way also. Hope everyone is done. So it's Saturday. Have a happy weekend. If you are in any of the course, start learning. Please complete, because I want everyone to complete the course, so that I want everyone to complete the course and have a good amount of knowledge, so that you implement all those ideas, whatever you did. Yes. What risk is defined in financial terms as a chance that an outcome or investment's actual gains will differ from an expected outcome or return? Risk includes a possibility of losing some or all of an original investment. I think you are taken from some morning advisor or some website saying what risk is all about. Yeah, probability is you might lose money even in stock market. That is the case, and but once you delay the timeline, so if you're staying invested for long term, the probability of you losing the money will go down. So take for example all the stock examples I gave today, Avanti Feeds or Alkyl Amines or Bajaj Finance or whatever the stocks you take, if it is in the long term, any good stock, it will not, if you are selling it in that's why I say more than intelligence, it's all about emotional intelligence. Once you analyze the company, you will stick with it, you understand what is the exact risk. Say for example you need the money in this year towards the December, forget about corona, in January you are planning to invest and you invested in certain stock, and by December you need that money. In this financial year you might need, I mean from Jan to December, and this corona happened in March. Last week itself most of the stocks came down from 42,000 points to 25,000, and most of the, even the value stock, it came down. But if you are analyzed, most of the value stocks just increased within a span of 2-3 weeks, to everybody's surprise, because if there is a fall by 30-35%, there will be a rally at least 10 to 15-20% max. But this time even 30-35% rally has happened all across the world. So if you had someone who had waited, if you had believed in the company, whatever you had taken, you could have waited till that moment, and then probably you could have sold at profit. But what happened is, one of my friend, he just asked me, because he had sold everything during that drop. The stocks whatever he had was ITC and Bajaj Finance. Looking at the way stock was going down, he sold off, and he just exited, and he was asking what I did is right or wrong. And then I was explaining, this is how the market will work, and you should understand risk factor, you should stay invested, understand about how the market is moving, and then you could take. Because if you have the stop loss, that is the reason we say, if your stop loss is 20 to 25% or 30% max if it is a large cap, then you can stay invested, because these are the companies which will come up if there is a relief rally. Whenever there is a huge fall, there will be a relief rally in the stock market. Whatever is happening right now, it's a biggest relief rally, and you can exit right now if your financial goal is somewhere in this year, because stock market is a risky investment. If your timeline is within 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, it's a risky environment if you're not analyzed any of the things. That is the reason I teach you how to find the stocks, looking at the macro environment, and as well as the industry, as well as the stock. In particular, you need to go deep inside the stock, understand whether it's the right time to invest. If you're investing in a growth stock which is available at a higher value, it might not grow during these times, the corona times. Then you need to stay away from that stock, or better to stay away, because instead of losing money in between, all in a different context, don't put everything together. I'm saying to stay away. So this is with respect to, if your financial goal is within this year, stay away from stock market. Say for example your financial goal is next 2 to 3 years, you can start monitoring, and you can start investing slowly, not fully, slowly, like 15-20% together, and that too in a quality stock if it is available at intrinsic value. Maybe one such stock what I can say is at ITC, still it is available at 15 PE. If you look at last 5 years or 10 years PE, it is still a value stock. So probably I said about the stock as well, which you can go and check. Okay, Tarir says he had asked on Monday. I think I answered few queries last week, and let me check. I answered even today morning. See if your question is answered, or else I will reach out to you. I'll check the course and I will answer your queries, Tarir. Don't worry. And if you have any other things to ask, just don't worry, just post it in the messenger, or you can reach out to me, or so that your questions are answered. And if you are reading from a course, and if you are feeling to comment, please comment so that I can come and answer. Let's be positive, let's try to be positive. I made sure 99% of the time I gave proper data and everything. If you find it is contradicting, or if you want to question, kindly post your questions, I can answer it. If it is wrong from my side, I can correct myself. So let's learn together. I had given all my heart out in preparing this course and teaching through webinars and doing all these things. Start learning, let's create unlimited wealth for ourselves and for the people around us. Thank you so much for being here. Happy weekend and enjoy your life. Be happy for the weekend, start learning things, explore the course, explore your wealth opportunities, at least from today. Let's do that. thank you so much for watching till now. Please start sharing the content, I mean the whatever you learned with your fellow members. Bring them. If you feel that your best friend or your best your cousin or your brother can add value, get value after joining in this private Facebook group, please invite them, and they need to answer simple thing. They need to answer the 3 questions, the questions that needs to be answered. Just invite them and tell them that they need to answer the questions, because this is with a purpose. This is for people who are ready to implement action, whatever they are learning, they're ready to implement. If that is the case, they can join in. Let them answer the questions, because if some I saw people who are inviting and they are not answering the questions. If that is the case, it doesn't solve the purpose, right? Because you need to come in to these kind of groups to participate. You should be in a participative. As you people are participating, if your close ones are participating, I'll be happy to have them inside inside this group, and let's have bigger community. Let's impact more people. My mission is to inspire 1 million people. For the people who have joined in me through the webinar, they know this, and I want you to join in this mission, and let's impact 1 million people and let them not worry about money, enjoy wealth in their life. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying until now and asking your questions. If you feel you are watching later, just click the like button, comment if you feel anything positive, whatever you understood from this video. And if you're watching in YouTube, just click the subscribe button and just keep watching my videos. Thank you so much. Happy weekend. Bye bye.